and welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. Today we will look at a new beer from the oldest Japanese craft beer brewery, at least they claim to be, and they possibly could be. They were started in 1994, and some of the older ones that I know of started in 1995 or 1996. This is Echigo, located in Niigata Prefecture. And Echigo was founded again in 1994, and their motto or their logo, their motto is "Let's be romantic, act on stage." And the founder apparently worked as a stage actor in Europe in the late 1970s and early 1980s, and he met a German woman and he visited her, and he was so impressed by German beer and culture that he decided he would open a craft beer brewery as part of his parents' sake brewery, and he did. And so they have quite a few beers on Rate Beer and on Untapped as well, and it's called Echigo. And they also do contract brewing. They have done quite a bit of contract brewing in the past for various new breweries in Japan, or breweries when they were new. And this is their latest beer. It's kind of an unusual one. It is called Echigo Pale Ale with apples, chamomile, and elder flower. Quite a mix here. So it was not listed on Rate Beer, so I think it would be classified as a fruit beer. It was released on January 20th, 2023, so about a month ago, and it is 6% by volume, alcohol by volume, and 16 international bittering units. The name in Japanese is Ringo to Habuの微笑みエール, which is apple, herb, and smiling ale. And on Rate Beer there were no ratings whatsoever. Untapped, when I checked, there were 41 ratings, and the average was 3.31 out of 5. And the malt is wheat malt and barley malt from France and Germany, and the hops are from the US, and apple juice from Chile, and chamomile from Egypt, and elderflower from the Ukraine. And it also contains lactose in it as well. So quite a mix in here. You can see their latest series of beers often has their specialty series has a couple of bears doing things, and it says, "You are the apple of my eye." Of my eye, apple of my eye. And in any case, you can see the bears carrying hops and flowers, and we have apples as well. And so it should be quite an interesting one. Chamomile, of course, is used in tea. Elderflower, I'm not sure how that is used. This is probably the first beer I know of that I've had that has elderflower in it. So should we give this one a go? Echigo, and they do say that right here on the front here, Japan's first microbrewery, and I have no evidence that they are not, in fact. Okay. A pink can. Okay, what do we got? Okay, it's lightly hazy, kind of dark, sort of amber gold color, with a very fluffy head, and I assume this is due to the wheat, or it could be my hard pour. This is almost 3 solid fingers, rather spongy. Can't see the carbonation going up much, and okay, right away I get some apples, yeah, apple juice. Yeah, definitely something very floral. Can't get much out of here. Chamomile, I'm not so familiar with it. Although my wife does drink chamomile tea, and I know what it smells like when it is, it's been infused or have boiling water poured over it. This is very unusual, kind of floral, light fruity sort of nose. Wow, unusual. Definitely gets some pale ale malt in there. Pale malt, rather. And wheat, I'm not sure how evident that is, except in the head here. Definitely apples. And yeah, the fruit, or the elderflower and the chamomile do seem to come in and make kind of a match for the malt. Very interesting. Very lightly hopped. So there's some mild bitterness, but basically it's the herbs that mix in here to provide a kind of similar to bitterness sort of edge in the mid palate to the finish. This is much more pleasant than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely more beer than fruit beer, but the fruit element is quite obvious here, and the herb element as well. Interesting beer. You will see this one around these days. This one cost me 329 yen at Yamiya liquor store in Japan, and 329 yen would be about 250 US, so not terribly expensive. Definitely give it a go. Once again, it's called Echigo Pale Ale with apples, chamomile, and elderflower. Lingo to habu no微笑みエール. And go check it out and tell me what you think. I'd like to hear what you know or think about Echigo Beer. To my mind, they're not one of the better craft beer breweries. They're kind of like a journeyman sort of brewer, and I do definitely always try out what their new beers in whatever series, and their stout is pretty good. Definitely, that's one you should try. So tell me your experience and do subscribe to the channel. Okay, that's it for today. Bye bye.